Hi guys, welcome back. Dorothy, Professional Astrologer. You can find me on the web at nhastrologer.com. Today I'm going to talk about September 25th to October 1st, the astrological energies that look important to me. I'm going to tell you about them in just a second, so hold on and I will be right back. All right, thanks for waiting. So let's get started. So guys, don't forget, on my website, you can come and find me, do your own reading sessions and classes, all right? Lots of events going on too, especially this coming weekend in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So I'll talk about that after when we get to them. Let's start with Monday, the 25th. This year, Mercury in Virgo makes a square aspect to Saturn on September 25th. And this is about breaking form, breaking from old ways of thinking, maybe breaking down habits. Now, Mercury is moving pretty fast, so it's not going to make, this is not a major astrological happening, but it can be if something has just been weighing heavy on your mind that needs to change, and I should have turned my iPad off, then it could break free some old thought patterns so you can like shake free from something that's been stuck in your head. And that's that Mercury square Saturn. Or something can come in and give you a fair amount of restrictions during the day. It's going to be a temporary thing, but look at where you might be feeling stuck, feeling stressed, not able to move, and we should be able to go through this because with that moon in Sagittarius, it moved into Sagittarius in the middle of the night on Monday, Sunday night, Monday morning. When the moon did move into the Sagittarius, this is emotionally feeling energetic and energized and a lot of fiery fun, right? And independent and a large sense of freedom. All right, so let me see what we got going on for Tuesday. On Tuesday, we have, let's see, the moon is still in Sag, makes a square aspect to Neptune and a square to Mars between 12:30 a.m. and 2:30 a.m. That means Mars and Neptune are still opposite. They were exact on the 24th. So they're still opposite, and the moon has come in. Here's like Mars, Neptune, right? The moon's come in, and it's at a square angle to them. And when that happens, that creates a connection between the two, even a more dynamic connection between the two. It's just not going to be easy to sleep that time of night. I have to tell you, it's like we're going to be just focusing on all those things that are in our mind. Did we do this? Did we do that? All this fiery energy with that moon in Sag, and everything's mutable. So it's just like we're going to have so much going on. If this happens for you, I just recommend just get up, write down what's going on in your mind, write it down, get it out, and then you can go back to sleep. The next exact aspect isn't until 8 p.m. and that is the moon makes a conjunction to Saturn, and this can actually help solidify and stabilize maybe whatever was going on throughout Monday and Tuesday. All right, because it's not a big active day. This week doesn't have a lot of overly excitable things, but we're getting to some others, so stay with me. So let's look at Wednesday, the 27th. Moon is still in Sag. The last aspect it makes before it goes void, of course, at 7:08 a.m. is a trine aspect to Uranus. So we get to start the day with a lot of fiery energy. When the moon is void, of course, that means we kind of like hitting neutral. It's like driving along on the highway and take your foot off the gas. You don't touch anything except you put the transmission into neutral, and the speed you have is what you're going to get until, and it slowly does slow down, until the moon moves into the next zodiac sign. So that's kind of like the void of course moon. We're really not going to like do anything. We're just going to let it be what it is. So however your day starts at 7 in the morning, let it be, because not until the moon enters Capricorn at 12:24 p.m. do we have a shift in energy. When the moon enters Capricorn at 12:24 in the afternoon, again, all East Coast time, please, it helps us to solidify things, to feel more in charge, to want to be more in charge, feel like if things are out of control, we want to sort of feel like we're going to organize it. Now, if that's not you at all, we are going to experience that outside ourselves. So somebody else might be doing that to you or for you. All right, so that's what we get for the energy on Wednesday. Now, on the 28th, which is Thursday, this is to me is a big one. Pluto goes direct on that day, and this isn't personal because Pluto has been stationed for months and months and months at this 1 degree because it's so far from here. Yes, it's a dwarf planet. We still use it. it's so far from here that it doesn't look like it moves much, because its orbit is just like so off the ecliptic compared to the rest of the planets. It just takes forever to move through certain zodiac signs. And so when it's direct, it's been sitting still for months, and it will stay at the same degree for months, which is like 16 degrees and 50 something minutes. And so not a big deal, in my opinion, for a day-to-day forecast like this. It's a big deal in an overall picture from like a yearly perspective, okay? The other thing that I think is important is the Jupiter opposite Uranus. Let me grab my notes. Jupiter opposite Uranus is exact on the 28th, and that's at 27 degrees of Aries and Libra. Jupiter's in Libra, Uranus is in Aries. Now, I want you to think back to March 2nd, because this is when Uranus and Jupiter were in an opposition. This means that relationships were just, all of us were looking to cooperate and to be in relationships, in whatever that means, relationships and partnerships, either one or the other or both. Either our important intimate love relationships, or important best friend relationships, or business partnerships. Any of those types of things are under scrutiny during this tight opposition. And this is one of those days, and that is September 28th, where we're feeling, is this relationship working for me? Because pretty soon Jupiter will be out of the sign of Libra, and it won't be back for 12 years. All right, moving on to Friday the 29th. Let's see, the Friday the 29th, Venus will be opposite Neptune. Venus in Virgo is rather particular about who she's in love with, how she looks, and what she's presenting to the world. Because that Virgo is very much interested in those details and wanting everything to be very precise. When she's opposite Neptune and Pisces, Neptune and Pisces is like, yeah, whatever. Sure, it's all good. Yep, it's all good. Never a pushback. Always just, it's all good. Everything's good. And Venus in Virgo is really, really picky. And for reasons that are good and maybe not good. It's, who knows? Excuse me. So this goes on. The exact aspect is at 8:12 p.m. on Friday night. So we'll feel it all day. We'll feel it for a couple days before the 29th of September. But the point being is that if you're feeling the need to be overly picky, then that's okay, because that's what we can do. But we're also trying to balance what the bigger picture is. We're all going to be feeling this, all right? That is, if these things even matter to you. Now, a lot of these things don't matter to a lot of people, depending on your level of enlightenment, I guess, if you will, or your vibration level, wherever you are. Some of these things don't matter to some people. So if you've already got this one down, good for you. Good for you. How you want to interact in relationships. If you're somebody that doesn't have this piece down, but you're elevated in some other areas, then now's an opportunity for you to work on it, right? Because not everything applies to everybody. Don't make something wrong if there isn't something wrong. And if you don't have something to work on that I happen to talk about, or any other astrologer talks about, then it's that information and that message is not for you. All right? Because I have some people that will say, well, I know I handled this a while ago, so I have to do it again. And it's like, not if you don't think you do. Not if you think you've worked through it. If you have to handle something again that me or any other astrologer is telling you about, then if you're hearing it and it resonates with you, then you're going to work on it. If it doesn't, then you're not going to work on it. We don't make anything happen, right? I know you know that. What else I want to talk about? Mercury enters the sign of Libra today, and this is at 8:42 p.m. East Coast time. So when Mercury enters Libra and gets out of Virgo, then we're looking at the opportunities to communicate in a very fair and balanced way. Sometimes when Mercury's in Libra, depending on other things that are going on with Mercury, we could just be very agreeable and not be openly 100% honest with people, just because we prefer just to keep harmony and balance and not to hurt other people's feelings. This is not malicious. This is just keeping our mouths shut when we don't want to hurt another, is one way that we can use this Mercury in Libra. And again, another way is to be very open and honest. If we can do it in a compassionate way without hurting other people's feelings, that's okay too. That's how and what we think about when Mercury's in Libra. What we're going to say to people, hopefully we won't hurt their feelings, and things such as that. So Saturday the 30th, Yom Kippur. This is my grandson Evan's 18th birthday. My oldest grandson. Yikes. Oh, how do we grow so old so fast? I don't know. The moon enters Aquarius in the middle of the night, and throughout the morning and then into the afternoon, the moon in Aquarius is very analytical, and it's just like we have really sharp emotions and a sharp mind. Aquarius also rules astrology. I'm working as well a big event. If you are in the seacoast of New England, Portsmouth, New Hampshire, it's on my website too. We have a big event on the 30th and October 1st, Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to be doing a lecture on Mercury retrograde, and you can come and see me, have a reading, and oh my God, there's going to be hundreds of vendors and other readers, and it's a great event. So the moon in Aquarius is about enlightenment, right? So yeah, I know that's a commercial, but it's also about enlightenment, that moon in Aquarius. Thinking with the higher mind, connecting, emotionally with higher ways of thinking and being. So it makes a trine aspect to Mercury in Libra, and later in the day it also makes a trine aspect to the sun in the sign of Libra, and that's all air energy. So again, come and get educated and play, meet new people, and even if you don't live in my area, do that for yourself throughout the whole week. And that moon in Aquarius loves to learn and get educated on things that are great for for the masses, things that are great for everybody. Not necessarily super personal, but it's fun. The moon makes it personal. The Aquarius energy is about what's great for everybody. How can I express what I want to the world? All right. Then on the final day, Sunday, October 1st, where did September go? The main aspect on that day, the moon's making a couple of minor aspects, so they're not overly significant, but the big one is Mars in Virgo. So Mars is in Virgo, and this is making a trine aspect to Pluto in Capricorn. They're both earth energies, right? Trine aspect is good. So this means that if you have something that is a daily duty, a daily chore, a daily job, that's Virgo. With Mars, means you can find the energy, and you have the energy to do what it is you need to do for the day. I know it's a Sunday, but not everybody has the weekends off. So this is a great aspect for working projects and getting either projects beginning or getting, that second, third, fourth stage going. And with Pluto there, it creates a big transformation and a big shift and change for you and the things that are important for you. It's earthy, like I said, so using our hands, being outside, remodeling, closing the garden down for the season, whatever it is that you're going to do, these are all great ways to use this very earthy energy in a really cooperative earth trine between Mars and Pluto. And again, Mars and Pluto, they know each other because they're both the rulers of Scorpio. And that is all about transformation. So the best way to do this, in my opinion, it would be like to clean your garden out of all the weeds, all the dead plants. Here in New England, things have been done for a little while. They're almost done, but October, there's not too many plants that are surviving anymore, so it's time to clean the garden out, fertilize it, and put it to bed, so to speak. So that's what we would do here in New England physically. How do you want to do that in your own life? What is it that you need to weed, clean up, or clean out? Take stock in what's good and what isn't, what needs to go to trash and what needs to stay, right? Taking stock of that in our own personal lives to see what works best for us so we can move into what's next, because that Scorpio time of year is next. So this is a great start and a great way to move through the fall season. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you for watching. Come to my website, nhastrologer.com. Click on the events page, and you can see where that event is this weekend, okay? And tell me you saw me here if you come and see me in person. I'll be there doing lectures both days on Mercury retrograde and what it means and what it doesn't mean, because that's the biggest piece. And those will both be at Saturdays at 2 and Sundays at 2:30. So unless I'm giving that lecture, you can find me at at my table, wherever it is. I don't know where it's at. I've never been there. I'll see you then. All right. Thank you, guys. Please share on your social media and like and comment below. And blessings. Namaste.